All right, what's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. What's up? Happy Memorial Day. Um, Hope you all are enjoying some time with your family. You might be watching this on Tuesday. You might be watching this on a Wednesday. I don't know, but this is Monday, May 27th. So, hope everyone's having a great holiday, taking some time. I'm actually leaving in literally 5 days for Costa Rica for 1 month, una semana. No, that's not correct. That's 1 week. What's month? Meses, I think mesa. So really excited about that. Let's see, month in Spanish. It is, what did I get? Right? Mes. Yes. Yeah, okay. So I'm very excited about that. Do not fret. I have a mix of recordings and other things we're going to be doing every Monday at 11 Central. So don't worry, friends. You'll still have plenty of me to give you all of your all of your sales knowledge, at least the small amount that I possess. So today's topic is going to be a fun one. I had a chance to do a session on this. Um, And if you remember last week's episode, is kind of like part one of this. I had a session here in Austin, workshop with 40 people, and what I talked to them about was pretty straightforward. I said, does it make sense? Is it common sense that if somebody comes to you, or even if you reach out to them outbound, and they say, look, I've already used your product before, maybe your competitor product. I've talked to a couple people. It's kind of interesting. Um, I know what your budget is or pricing. That person starts at the exact same place that someone who's like, yeah, I'm just interested in learning a little bit more. We have a real problem in B2B sales. And that problem, my friends, is the concept that everybody should be going through the exact same sales process, right? So, what I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to share my screen, is I'm going to talk about how to engineer your sales process for speed. We have unintentionally or intentionally slowed down our sales cycle. That's right. Sales teams, you are literally slowing down your sales cycle every single deal that you're not trying to meet buyers where they are in their journey. Um, as usual, make sure to drop where you're joining us from. If you have any questions, drop those in as we go through this. We got a good little crew on Mondays. Usually got 40, 50, 60 people, depending on the show. So I always like to know where people are joining from. So I'm going to talk about it. How do we build an ideal experience here? We can. And I think we can make these slides available too. So, hey, if you're interested, let me know. I'll talk to our marketing team. You can drop a Y in the comments if you're like, yeah, Jake, can we get those slides? And I will do my best to try to get you the slides. Okay, let's jump into it. So one of the most important things as we jump into this is to think about this from the point of view of your customer. How many of you, raise your hands, how many of you have bought anything recently? Okay, I can't see your hands, but I'm going to wait anyway. I hope that you're putting your hands up. If you have bought anything recently, you know that the process is very much a pain in the butt. And I cannot tell you, it's the crazy part is that I hear it from sales leaders. They're like, yeah, it wasn't that exciting. I was like, gosh, guys, please, can we skip ahead? I already know what I want. So I want you to think about your sales journey map. And I think what's important when we do this for companies, and obviously as a part of Innovative Seller and all the work that we're doing, we've got some really awesome workshops that are kicking off. This customer journey map is step one. And this customer journey map is you need to think about the steps your customer goes through. Okay, these aren't your sales stages that you want to have them. Now, they could coincide. There should be overlap, and there could be 100% overlap, but you're thinking about it from the customer's point of view. Hey, if I'm a customer, okay. And also, the thing I always like to think about is how does this journey vary if someone is an end user group or an ROI and teams group? Hey, I'm somebody who's in charge of, using this in my day to day. How am I progressing through this versus how is an ROI team? Okay. So just a couple of quick questions here to think about. And this is, again, when we do these workshops with clients, this is usually like a 3 to 4 hour workshop. I'm going to give it to you in about 20 minutes here. And you all can do it yourselves, which is great. That's, we try to do it Innovative Seller Community. By the way, if you haven't signed up for the Innovative Seller Community, you should. It's like $9 a month, and we just made it silly. We just launched these AI workshops for free. We've got free LinkedIn trainings. We've got a whole bunch of stuff in there that's not just the community, but also a lot of like content about what it takes to be an innovative seller in 2024 and beyond. But this content's in there as well too. So again, what would you want to see to engage with your company? So this is a lot, especially like early on, or even thinking about through your process. It's like, okay, if I was at this step, what would I want to see next? What would help me buy? And I think a lot of times is like you've got to kind of suspend your history as being in sales, and you have to really think about what would I want to see? What about at this step? What about at that step? Okay. And then as I kind of like progress through the process, like, okay, what if I'm at like late stages? Like maybe I'd want like a demo for my CFO or something like that. I don't know. All right. And when would you want to talk to a person? When would you want to talk to a person? When would you want to self guide? What are the different actions we want to take? So think about those things. As you go through those steps, you're thinking about, man, what would I want to see to get here? What would I want to see in between steps? When would I want to talk to someone? When would I want to do a little asynchronous? And just map that out. That usually doesn't take too long, but it's kind of a fun exercise here, right? We'll talk through a couple of examples here. And again, I just want you to think about this, right? Put yourself in your buyer's shoes. And look, by the way, you don't need to have 1,000 variations of your sales process. Okay. We're literally going to talk about like 2 or 3 plays that every team needs to have to do better personalization to where that person is in their journey. That's all we're talking about here. Okay. So let's take this example here. Cold outbound, right? Company A sells the VP of paid advertising in finance. They find out about us from cold outbounds. Maybe they attend a show, and like our sales team bumps into them. I was at a conference earlier, a couple weeks ago, and they got the main sales booth. I'll go on a tangent here for a sec. It's like, and there's these 2 reps in the front. And it's funny, I used to be like, yeah, that's great behavior. And everybody that was walking through, they didn't even talk to them or anything. Like, great, as you come in, let me scan your badge. And you could tell that this is a culture of like, you just want more leads, more leads, more leads. And it's like, do you really want more leads? Like, are those the leads you want? I scan as many badges as possible. So anyway, that's why they're cold, right? These people are stone cold by the time you reach out to them, right? So again, so someone's cold, right? This means they may not have been like that active in the eval stages. Like they maybe have maybe talked to somebody, maybe not. They might have heard of us, maybe not. They might be happy, maybe not. So what do we need to do early? Well, early in that journey, we're going to need to do a proper discovery. We're going to need to do some education on what's happening in the market, very challenger sale, right? That's what we're going to have to do there, right? Now, I want you to think about this. Now, let's flip this. Let's say that instead, this person comes inbound. My friends, nobody comes inbound who's not at least at the like, yeah, we're like kind of evaluating this stage. Nobody's just sitting there. No senior executive or directors like, I've got a free couple hours in the day. You know what I'm going to do is like sign up for software demos of companies I'm like not interested in learning more about. So just some food for thought there. So Jake comes in and he's like, okay, I've talked to a couple people. I'm like in somewhat of an evaluation stage. And again, I'm a big fan of now with a lot of our clients before the first meeting, no matter how, we send them an email. We say, great, I work with different buyers, based on some are really far down the process. They're actively like looking for a problem. Some are still early in their journey. Where are you at? So, you can send them an email like that. And, they might want a pre-recorded emo, AKA demo. Maybe they want a pre-recorded emo as well too. But we'll fix that for when we send the deck out. But think about that. It's like, yeah, I would love a pre-recorded demo. That would be great. And then the next steps, we can like move much faster. So I want you to think about that. With one email, you can literally meet this person at step 3 of your sales process. Literally, they can go straight there, and that's okay, right? So how we think about this in a very simple to understand, we all love analogies, right? Who doesn't love a good analogies? We call it VECS, right? And what VECS stands for is vetted, educated, cold, and self-service. Your business is going to be a little bit different here. So for vetted, think of somebody who's done like about 4 or 5 of these things. They've met with a competitor, reviewed their offerings. They used a product or used your product at a prior company. They've researched your offering via peer group. Yeah, I've talked to my group at ABC about this. They already kind of have some understanding of pricing. They're not going to have all of these, but they're going to have at least 3 to 5 of these. Okay. Educated is like, hey, I've done some of these things. Usually when someone's educated, it's like they're not in the heavy eval stage. But again, like I've talked to a couple of people, I've narrowed it down to a few, and now I want to talk to somebody. We need to have plays that help to triage these specific people. And so the exercise, and we will include a link for you too. I think we've got a little tip sheet here, our tip sheet that you can scan. I'll come back to it, but I'll leave it up for a second. The exercise that I want all of you to do, and we don't have to do it here together, you can do this afterwards, is just think about a vetted buyer first. If someone comes to you, and I'm telling you, like our best estimate right now, and again, this actually is a good idea for probably a new survey here, which is like, where are you, when you come inbound? But our best guess is, depending on the industry, 10 to 20% of people are coming in at this kind of vetted or educated. So the exercise with that tip sheet is, I want you to just say, what would an ideal customer experience be for those people? That's it. Someone comes in, they're checking 5 of these boxes. What should their experience be? Okay, what if they've only done a few of those boxes? Well, they still should start at step 0, but maybe they're not at step 4, right? So take the time, think about the experience. Who should be on the call? Who should be on the call from their side? Who should be on the call from your side? Really put some thought into this, okay? The last two types in VECS, cold and self-service, I'll talk about here. Cold, you all know what to do with cold. This is how you treat everybody today. You treat everybody like they don't know anything, etc. My goal would be, before I ever get on the phone with a cold person, would be to hopefully share some things. Again, when they tell me, when they respond to the email, Jake, I'm still very early, I don't really know. Great, hey, let me send you a couple of details to help you to get up to speed prior to our call. It'll take you 7 minutes, right? And then they could maybe watch a demo online. Maybe they could read a white paper or something you guys put out that's, really easy to digest. And the last one I'll talk about is self-service. I firmly believe almost every software company and company that has an option for this should have a self-service option. There are a percent of buyers, and it could be less than 5%. They don't want to talk to anybody. They have thoroughly vetted you. Like I said, they've already used you at 2 previous companies. Can I please, for the love of God, just swipe my credit card? Like if you've read the book, hopefully all of you have read the book. I tell a story, personal story, where it was the end of the year. This is literally just a few years ago, with a major software provider. Usually it's the largest software provider that a sales company might have. You can imagine what space that might be in. It was the end of the year, and I said, hey, I want a pair contract up front. Can someone send me over where I can just run my card? Takes like 2 days. A rep gets back to me. Oh, I'm your rep. Let's hop on a call. I'm like, dude, it's the end of the year. I'm trying to be out this next week. I just want to run my card. He's like, no, Jake. He's like, I want to I go, dude, I'm more than happy to hop on a call with you in like 2 weeks, but I need to. And he said, okay, fine, whatever. Day goes by. He sends over a PDF and this is one of the top largest software companies in the globe that many of you use. He sent a PDF, and my team had to literally put our credit card number on the PDF and run the credit card for $40,000. It was horrible. More and more people are like me. Not everybody, but in certain spaces they might be. And so you need to give options, and then give me an amazing onboarding experience. Then make sure like I'm up to speed, etc. So again, we need to be prepared for these types of self-service folks. So again, I want to kind of leave you all with some like parting thoughts here. That for a lot of you, this is not an option, and I want you to just think logically yourself here. How do you want to buy? It's funny because the same sales leaders in my workshop that were like, oh, it was terrible. I'm like, they're the same ones making people go through this process. Start with these vetted and educated folks. What could you do to understand where they're at in their process and just meet them? Again, I promise you this is going to help you close deals faster, because you're going to show up. And again, is every once in a while, they're not going to be qualified? Sure, it's not a certainty game. But I'm telling you, let's put you up against another vendor. The same person comes inbound. I come inbound and I say, hey, I've done my research. This is what I've done. I already used your competitor. I have an idea of pricing. I really want to get, I'm going to bring my team. We're going to get a thorough demo. Company 1 says, great, absolutely. Let's hop on a call. And the first call is a qualification call. Then the next call takes 4 days to get scheduled. Then the AE hops on and does a high level demo. Then the next time, another 5 days, then the solutions engineer or whoever gets on the phone, or they put together a proposal. As opposed to company B, He says, "Oh, great, Jake. If you're already there, I'm going to invite this person on the call. We're going to do a walkthrough for you. We'll put together some ideas of pricing, and then we can do a more formal proposal." And they go from call one to proposal in 3 days. This other company went from call one to proposal in probably 3 business weeks. So my friends, if you're trying to close deals faster, if you are trying to do a better job of being customer centric, you have to implement VECS. Obviously, we're talking a lot about it in the Innovative Seller community, so go check out some of the links there to some of the things that we're doing around this. If you want to self-educate yourself, obviously DM me if you or your company needs some support with this. But I'm really passionate about this because it's what's right for the buyer. This is not about us wanting to sell more things. It's about meeting buyers where they are in their process. So between this and intent from last week, I hope this helps to open up your aperture a little bit in terms of what are modern innovative companies doing to really be more customer centric. So hope that helps everyone. Like I said, I think una mes, I'll be going to Costa Rica. Well, in una semana, I'll be visiting. God, I got to get better at my Spanish. I'll be visiting Costa Rica, but I'm excited. So, but I will see you. You will have a recording of me for next week where I'm going to talk about a new topic that I don't talk about enough, which is account growth and how to stop bleeding customers. So, muchas gracias, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.